Hey everyone. I thought I'd drop in and say hello. It's been a very long time since I've taught a practicum class. I'm looking forward to it. I got to teach an internship in the spring and thoroughly enjoyed every group supervision session we have, which, by the way, I do have to say we need to schedule that one. We'll try to get on a regular weekly schedule at the same time. It seemed to work for everybody. There's something happens, you can miss one, two only really shouldn't. But if we'd have to move them around as somewhat, it has to be an agreement. So I'm going to do a doodle poll and we'll send it out to you, and we'll see what we can come up with. It'll work, I'm sure. I have no doubts about it. And I'll explain a little bit about why it's important. First of all, group supervision is something, or every counselor in training should get and does get in programs. We've always been asynchronous, and a lot of times they've done it by discussion forums, but that's not group supervision. That's not going through cases, talking about things, dealing with stress, burnout, fear, happiness, whatever is coming up for you, to tell each other about the things that are happening that are great in your program or challenging, and getting some help with how to address the challenging issues. To be honest with you, because we're on an online program, the more opportunities we can do to be present and with each other, even if it's by Zoom, are important and essential. I have just completed the syllabus, done some revisions to it. There's a lot of great information in this course. I'm going to be adding some of my own to it, just because it's got to be yours in some way, shape, or form. One of the things I do want to note is that there might be a couple opportunities that you may want to take advantage of. One is those videotapes that we do on career counseling with adults and a client and that kind of thing. Great idea. Don't get me wrong. Role playing is fine. We can do something a little differently with at least one session. I have a innovative training grant, and we're trying. Well, some of you have been part of it, because we're trying to disseminate what we're developing into academic programs throughout the country, particularly rehab programs. And we have one virtual simulation lab scenario that a lot of people have done. Some of you have done. If you were in the spring cohort, and you wouldn't have done it. None of you could have done it. So that's the good news. There's a scenario with an adolescent, about 13, 14 or so years old, and her father. It's an initial career counseling session, and I have some available time in our virtual simulation lab offerings to be able to do it with you using that mechanism. It's great. I would prefer to have 3 or 4 people in the session. If 2 is all we can do, I could probably work it out. But I want to offer that to you. It's a little different. You're working with an avatar and a simulator, and it's a different experience. It really is. It's cool. The other opportunity I have is we have a self-care initiative in the program. I have a operating as a strength-based practitioner in pre-employment transition services, which is rehab counselors who are working with adolescents and preparing them to consider what they want to do once they leave secondary education. And we're using the VIA character strengths as part of that. And the training is a 4-part, 90 minutes each session. I think I could probably fit somebody into the September sessions. They're Thursdays at 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And starting on September 1, which is kind of close, but if somebody can jump into that one, great. You work on yourself. Basically, the idea is, in order to be strength-based and use the VIA character. In fact, I should include that I'll give you a link to that so you can learn a little bit more about it. But it's a phenomenal experience. I've watched people. I just am amazed at what people are doing and can come up with. You'd learn not only to identify strengths, but learn how to use them, how to spot strengths in other people, how to I mean, it's amazing. There's a whole roadmap of what you can do to work with people using strength, whether it's youth or adults. We're just focused on youth on this one. And since we're including our students in the piloting of this into the academic programs, it would be great to have y'all involved. So you could count it both as self-care, but I also, I don't see why it wouldn't. I would count, because I'm in the sessions, I would count it as if you want to miss a session or two during that, doing that during the sessions. It'd be great if we get all 4 of you in one at the same time. We may have to do a second cohort for the September if we get too many people. It's kind of, I'm getting, the more and more we do it, the larger the groups get. But we'll also be doing some in October, and across November, maybe. So we'll talk about it. How about that? But I just want to give you the opportunity to check it out. It's a lot of fun. It really is. I will, I don't know if I've got a clip of, I probably do have a clip I could upload for you. So let me check it out and do that. I hope you have a good time this semester learning everything that you can learn. I'm looking forward to hearing more about your practicum sites. Tavera right now is acting up, so don't get too excited about that. Being a problem. Well, it's always a problem when we start out. Technology is great until it's not. That's my running theory. We'll just get through the semester together, having a good time and learning a whole lot. I hope to bring some new things to you, as well as review the things that are already in the practicum course. You're a great group of people, and I think it'll be fun to work together. All right, it's late at night and I need to take a break, and hopefully you'll be taking a break right now because it's going to get busy soon. Okay, take care. See you soon.